Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. Meetings, you know how it goes. Yeah, I'm just trying a few different things with the old setup. So, yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good Friday. Started to get a little bit of a migraine, oddly enough, so that was weird. But I was able to take the meds, get myself sorted out, good to go. All right, I'm just trying to, I like a little music in the background on Fridays while we're listening, and I discovered this, what was it called? Stream Beats by Harris Heller, and apparently there are songs or music that you can play on your streams and you're not violating anything because it is meant to be, so it's like royalty free, I guess, or you can play it on your stream without any repercussions. So I thought that was nice. And so hopefully it's not too loud. If it is at any point, y'all can let me know. Or if it's not loud enough, you're like, Mandy, it's Friday. We need some tunes. Get us some tunes. We will make that happen. I think it's on. Okay. This is a whole new thing we're trying out here. Trying to make sure it's not like super loud. Because you still want to hear me talk, I think. Okay. It's a little peppy, but we'll make it work. So we'll just put it lightly in the background. Pep is okay in the step. Pep is okay. Let me just do this for myself. I'm doing it in 2 spots. I know, new things. I got to try all the new things. All right. And how's everybody else doing this Friday? For those who don't know, I'm Mandy, one half of Salt and Sass Games. I'm the one you're going to see most often. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is like the perfect time for... It's Friday. Okay, I think I'm just obsessed with that sound because I play it with everything. I got to come up with some new sounds, everybody. I will. I promise. At some point. But for now, let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy it. Let me just turn my mic down. I think I'm just like a little loud. All right, so today we're going to be playing the game Rivages. I feel like I've been doing a lot of video games. They're just a little easier to set up to stream. But I have, it's going to probably key on my screen a little bit. Yeah, there it is. But Rivages, and that's I played at Ludicon recently with some friends, and we had a good time with it. And I figured, hey, why don't we try it solo? I think it could work solo. Why not? So yeah, and I think it's pretty quick. We're just gonna play the easier level one because, you know, maybe I want to win, and we'll go from there. And if I'm so inclined, let me just do this here. Then I might throw in the variant version as well. Oh my gosh, sorry, my light just made me look so much lighter. Whoa, there we go. Well, I don't know what happened. I'm like, just go up a step, please, and it decided to take me up like 10 steps. I'm like, okay, we just want a little brightness here, not vampire-esque. Even though I still look really tired. It's been a week, everybody. It's been a week. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. We'll play Rivage, and then next week, I think I promised to do some button shy games, so I will try to get some of those played. I got to get back in the whole board game thing. I've been in a weird mood. I don't know if anybody else has been in that vibe where you're just like, you do things regularly. I don't know. I'm in a weird funk. I don't know if it's winter. I just don't know if it's... I'm in a weird feeling today. I don't know. In general. So I'll get back into the swing of things. Video games just seemingly a bit easier, so that's why I've been playing a lot more of those on the channel. All right, well, being Friday, I don't suspect it'll be super, super busy in here, so, which is okay. If you're just lurking, hanging out, cool. No pressure to talk. I'm gonna muddle my way through Rivage. I have played it with a group, and I've not played a solo, so we're gonna do it solo together. And yeah, all right. Well, at this point, we might as well jump back in. I just realized I had my one-handed keyboard here, and I got like so many things on my desk, but let us pop over to the other side. Makes me sound like we're going somewhere super wild. Pfft, we're not. All right, let's go here with my transition over. And there we go. Now let's just make sure we got that going. All right, cool. Now we got a different mic. So if I sound a little different, I've got a different microphone here. So if I'm not loud enough, let me know. Again, I keep changing my setup, so that, in fact, will variably change things. Okay, I think we're good. Everything's working. 'Tis working. All right, so if you have any questions, as always, drop them in the chat. No questions, totally cool. Just hang out and watch me do a thing. So, if you're wondering, I'm looking this way just because my monitor's here. It'd be nice if I had a third monitor that sat like right here. Alas, another day, maybe. That'd be very cool. But these things cost money. I keep saying I don't have any, but then I'm buying fragrances. Although I'm on a fragrance lull right now. Been going in and nothing has been catching my eye. Micah, who comes into the stream, I don't know if she's here today, but has kindly provided me with a nice listing of fragrances for me to go through so I can see what I've missed. Very excited. So we'll see about that, because there's one I'm still looking for that I can't find. All right. So, Rivage. And I'm saying it Rivage because I'm assuming it's French. If I'm wrong, someone will per 100% correct me. So I've set it up. We have a map. And then we have these terrain cards, which are going to be used to cross out. So I probably should start with, I think it's listed as a draft and write game. So for those who are not familiar with roll and writes, draft and writes, flip and writes, it's a game where we are literally drafting cards. So normally in a multiplayer game, you would draft these cards. You're going to pick the topmost line in a card and mark those terrains on your map in front of you. Now, your map, let me just see here. Yeah. Maps are going to be different for each player. There are some that are more complex, some that are not as complex. We'll see. All right. So I'm finding this music a little distracting. I thought we'd try it, but I might have to go back to my softer music. It's good. I just feel like Rivage should be more calm. Anyway, we might end up nixing music. I think I'm in a mood. That's probably why. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, so you're going to use the topmost line, mark those symbols, those terrain types on your map. We're going to be starting from one of these boats. Okay, let me zoom in a bit so you can see. There we go. So, there we go. Now you can just see a little bit closer there. So when we start the game, I'm going to pick one of these boats to start from, because anytime you make an X anywhere on these terrains, you have to be adjacent to somewhere you've made an X made an X before. So sort that out. And on the solo version, you end up using the cards presented in front of you. You only have so many cards. There's a deck right here. We're using 8 from this 2+ deck. And anytime we fill a card, it'll be discarded. And that's kind of the timer of the game. When we run out of cards, it's going to be game over. Ideally, we want to try to visit as many islands as we can. This is the first one, but once I've made it to the next boat, I can draw another island. I have a pile up here. There are some also objectives that we can complete as well to give us scrolls, because scrolls are the name of the game. Scrolls give us points. All right. And as I was saying before, the game will end once we've run through this deck here. So these are the scrolls. These are the points that we want to try and gather. You can see those up here. And then you'll see this little bag of goodies here. And these are little gifts that we can pick up by crossing out these symbols here. Okay, this is just a quick overview because I'm going to explain as we go. And then this is, what's the exact title of this board, as I always forget. This is the Tree of Wisdom board. So we're playing on side A. Hey, Legends, thanks for coming by. Oh, I forgot to turn my little thing on. I'm like, why am I not getting notifications? Thanks for coming in. We're just doing a quick game today, but I thought it'd be cute to do a draft and write. So happy Friday to you. And yeah, any games on your docket that you'll be playing? Love to know. Yeah, and going up the Tree of Wisdom here will give us some scrolls. On the other side, there are more things that you can get, but for our purposes, we're just going to keep it simple. All right, so let's zoom back out. I mean, it's not too bad, so you can see what's going on. Let me also turn on these notifications, because turning this way means I'm going to miss things. So I like to have those on. But yeah, how's everyone's Friday going? Let's do this. And yeah, okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Perfect. Okay, so let us now do a thing. So because we're playing solo, just some changes. 8 cards that we're going to be going through. The goal is to get to 26 scrolls. So I want to try to accumulate 26 scrolls. Okay, these are just different denominations, 1s and 5s. And I want to try to visit as many islands as I can. I don't need to complete the board, but visit those islands. So 4 islands will get me an extra 2 points, 5 an extra 2 points or 2 scrolls, 6 an extra 3 scrolls. Those are important. As we get to these tokens, I'll show you how they work. Has anyone played this game before? I know Suzanne talked about it, and she's like, yeah, it's cool. I think she liked it fine enough. I think maybe I enjoyed it a bit more than she had, but let me know if you've played it and what your thoughts are. All right, so I was saying I played as a group, not solo, but it really runs very similarly. So let's start off here. So first things first, I do have to pick a boat. I have to cross off a boat as to where I'm going to start. And yeah, that is the last step. So in essence, you can actually see the cards in advance. So. Oh, did I do that? Okay. You're hoping to play more Beast, 20 Strong, and Edge of Realms. Yeah, I remember you were saying you got 20 Strong, which is really good. I'm so bad at that game, though. I love it, but I lose every single time. Oh, and you have played it as solo and as a group. Okay, what were your thoughts on it, out of curiosity? I like it well enough. I've not played as solo, so we're going to find out how well I do now. So I am, of course, going to pick this boat right here because, well, I'm looking at these cards, and this is looking kind of nice. Hey, Aaron. Oh, you've never seen this one before. Okay, so it's new for some people. It's pretty straightforward, solo and otherwise. I'd be curious to know if anybody's played with the... for those who have played, have you played with the not goal cards, but there's like a variant you can try and complete these as well. So, but it's not super complicated. If I'm playing it, it's not super complicated. Me and solo games aren't generally friends, but I try to show things off as I can. Let's see here. Hold on a second. I just want to make sure that's connected. I just didn't hear it. Okay, good. All right, so now... what am I doing? Okay, so I picked where I'm going to start. And then what I have to do is I have to use the top available row of any of these 2 cards. And at the end of your turns, discard... okay, so I discard and draw fresh ones. Whenever the draw pile is empty, shuffle previously discarded cards. Make a new draw pile. Once cards are completed, they're discarded from the game, so I don't have access to those, which I wouldn't because they're crossed out. And that's the timer. So that's really it. Okay. So, I mean, oh, I should probably talk about these. On the bottom of the board are some other goals. So let me, that matters. Boop. There we go. Okay, now if my wants to cooperate, come on, you can do it, girl. My little mousy mouse doesn't want to cooperate here. 1 second. 1 moment, please. There we go. Okay. So on the bottom here, this gives me extra scroll. So if I complete 1 whole blue area, I'll get a scroll. If I complete another blue area, I'll get 2 scrolls. So that's water. And then here, green. So if I complete a green area, I get 1 scroll, a second green area, 2. These ones are different. So this one specifically is saying I have to find this first, cross it out, so it's up there. Then I have to find this, which is over here, cross that out. Then I have to find this and cross it out in that order, and then I get the bonuses on the bottom. Easy, right? Things with a white background, by the way, you can use any terrain to cross those out. So if I had a water, I could use a water. There, it doesn't matter. But someone I'm sure will correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what happens. Okay, let's see. I believe that is it before I get started. Oh, okay. Can all special spaces, the white symbol can be crossed out using any symbol. So there you go. I did in fact confirm it. Lord knows that's like not that challenging, but you never know. Sometimes things throw you off. Okay, so we crossed off our boat. Let's go. So I know I want to do some blue because I want to get that scrolls, but I'm close to red. Well, it makes sense I do this card. So I'm going to cross out yellow. Sorry, yellow. What am I saying? Oh, let me not be so zoomed in. Ha ha ha. So you can actually see things. There we go. You can see I was like wondering, I'm like, why is my hand so close? So I crossed off my boat. So I have to start beside my boat. So I cross off a water. Boop. I cross off a red. And I get to cross off another red. I'm thinking. Right. Okay, so that means this card is still in the game, but I've used that first line of that. Legends EM. Was it 4 finish cards ends the game? No, it says, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's read it. For solo only. Nope, you are correct. Thank you. It ends at the end of a turn when you've completed and removed your 4th exploration card. That is correct. In the other version of the game, there are these pink endgame cards, and when one of those are revealed, you finish the round, I think, and then it's over. But yes, that is correct. So these are exploration cards. When the 4th exploration card is removed, that will end the game. So it doesn't really give you that much time to get 26. So, thank you. That is correct. So the challenge cards are, we'll change that. We may add these if I have time. If not, we'll just talk about them. So, hey, Gameritis guy. I just got to work, so I already, you have to go, but Rivages looks beautiful. I'm taking a page from Mandi's. If it looks good, that's exactly how I roll. If it looks good, I want it. I'm going to play it. But that entices you to play it, so it's good. But I appreciate you coming in even though you have to go. I was a bit late today, so I apologize for that. All right, so I did my first little bit here. Okay, so we using the top available row, and at the end of each of your turns, I have to discard both of my cards. Meow, meow. Boop, boop. And here, and then I draw 2 new ones. Well, that's not great. Oops, someone's fishing. I know Chalcat will fish and get, I think we've had a few people get some junk. It's pretty funny, but it's precious junk. All right, so we got fresh new cards. And then after, if we run out of cards, we're going to shuffle. All right, so now we're going to do it all over again. So see, it's not too hard. Gameritis guy, what'd you get before? One for the road. You caught a common black red eye. Hey-oh, I mean, at least it wasn't a tire. Just saying. All right, my goal is to try and finish water areas. So I'm going to use this card, water, cross that out, water, cross that out. And remember, these white tiles or white background tiles, I can use any terrain. So in fact, I'm going to use my red, and not on a red, I'm going to use it on this one, which that symbol lets me mark off on this map, that Tree of Wisdom. Now, because I marked off that, my first space gets me, ta-da, a scroll. So we'll just throw our scroll over there. And that's that turn. That goes over there. We draw 2 new ones. See, like it's not too bad. Double check to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, and then we'll just shuffle it and do that. Yeah, that's pretty much it so far. So let's see. We haven't done these symbols yet, but we'll talk about that in a second. La 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 la. Mind you, that would be a good one just to kind of get me out of this space. Okay, so let's do this one. So this little telescopy thing lets me cross off any terrain of my type as any terrain of any type as long as it's beside somewhere where I've created an X. So let's go with the red because I don't really have many options until I get out of here. And then I get this one, and this symbol lets me draw from this bag. See, it matches. Now you don't need to use these right away, but let me just throw that over there. So you don't need to use these right away. But if you keep them by the end of the game, I think they're worth 1 point each if I'm not mistaken. But they also have bonuses that you can use, during your turn. So in this case, if I decided to use this, I can use crossing off any space, and then this one's crossing off a yellow specifically. You can only use one of these on a turn. So if you're going to save them up, you can only use one of them at a time. Heyo, there's David popping into the chat. Legends, I like this game and bought it because it gave me the Guild of Merchant Explorers vibes. Yeah, for sure. But I like the guild more. Absolutely. Like, this is very cut and dry. You do this to do a thing, next thing. Guild has a little bit more going on with it, for sure. So I haven't played that game as much as I'd like. I own it. But yeah, it's a good one. I just haven't played it as much as I like. So if you're just looking for something super snappy quick, for me, this is like great for solo because it's really straightforward. But sometimes you want a little bit more. Hey, Chelcat. Your ears must be burning. I mentioned your name not too long ago. That's too funny. In a good way, in a good way. But I'm glad to hear that people have tried it. So I don't know if it's new. It's newer. So, but yeah, I felt like I was getting away from board games a little bit. So I wanted to like, bring it back, Mandy. Bring it back. We got to do some board games. Okay, so there's that. Oh, I was also, so for those of you, I'm trying to gauge content a little bit. I mean, I like to do what I like to do, but also what people like to see. I was setting up some scenes to do some Call of Cthulhu Alone Against. So it's more of like a choose your own adventure, but they fixed it. So when I show the book on screen, like the PDF is not blurry. So annoying because for the longest time, PDFs were showing up blurry in OBS, but they seem to have fixed it. So I was able to find a fillable character sheet. I have the Alone Against the Fire one, so I think it's like one of the first scenarios. And I was thinking of running that on stream. I don't know. I like doing those sorts of things. The setup has always been a bit weird, so I'm thinking I might try this either later tonight, I had started to get a migraine, or tomorrow, just to test it out. But I really would like to get back to doing some more RPG content, which we're working on. Shellcat is aware of this, and we'll see her potentially on the stream as well. And Legends, you bought Rivage in September. Okay, so it's been out for a little while then. Okay, so that's good. I just got it I've had it since Gen Con, so I just thought, let me get it out there. Hey, David, how's it going? How are things? Have you been playing Outer Worlds yet? I've been playing a lot of Outer Worlds too. All right, so I did that. I drew this. I don't think I want to use it. Well, I could use it now. Because if I use it, it lets me cross off any one of space that's adjacent to an X. I could cross off this one. Nah, we'll save it. We'll save it. I might be in a pickle next round and need it. All right, so I draw these two. Okay. And I've got water. Oh, sorry. And I forgot that I completed a water area, which lets me complete that, which gets me a scroll. Yes. Making sure I'm not cheating. I'm like, wait, where did I get that other scroll from? Oh, good gravy. I'm trying to think of my pile of games I have to play. A lot of them are more like mystery, problem solving, strategy solving kind of games. I haven't been playing a lot of worker placement. I don't know. I'm finding them hard to get played with groups. But I am playing Sweetlands on Saturday. So it's the same people who made Ostia. Did anyone back Sweetlands? I'm excited to play that one. Okay, so I have green and yellow, which I'm thinking is the way I want to go. Green is another one of these objectives I want. I also need to stop fooling around because I want to try and get these endgame points. The more islands I visit, the better it is for me. So I could do green. I can use a green for this one. Okay, which is going to let me do another one of my choosing. I'm trying to determine where I want to go. I should probably try and make my way up here. Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. No. Yes? No. Let's go down here. Yes? Lets me do this one. Okay. That was just because I chose the green to cross out one of the telescopes, which then allowed me to cross out another of any type, so I'm making my way that way. Then I have two more green. Boop. And boop. So that's that. Yes, I make these noises when I play. Boop, boop, boop. And then I get to cross out a yellow. Here for it. Now, I'm thinking. Not quite finished all the green area yet, but I could use my token here to cross out a yellow. This lets me cross out anyone I want, which could be up here. I'm not mad at this. So I am, in fact, going to use this. My little token that's here. So it lets me cross off any terrain of any type, and a yellow. So I'm going to use that to do... I can't get that yet. Working on it. So of any type, I'm going to cross out up here because it's adjacent to an X. And technically, I could use my yellow to cross off this because, again, it's a white background tile, which allows me to boop, get that because I have to do that in order. Doesn't do anything for me right now, but I have to do those in order. Okay, so now this card is done. Okay. And because I'm out of cards, I have to shuffle because remember, we have to do it till we get 4 that are completely empty. Oh, goody. And my problem with shuffling these, it's going to make a bit of a mess. But Yeah, I got some on my hands. All right, someone's fishing. Someone's fishing. Shellcat. I'm so curious to see what you get. Hey, you got a rare today. I think you were due because I feel like you were getting some like really interesting pulls on the fishing. So that's good. Yeah, exactly. It's an actual fish, not junk, not a tire. A fish. Sorry, I'm only laughing because Shellcat usually doesn't get fish, so this is great. Okay, so now I had to continue this. I also want to get water and cover up this green. I think I'm gonna go to yellow, yellow, red. Does that help me? Yes, it does. I'm actually gonna do, and I also have to get to a different island. Oh my gosh, I'm like wasting so much time on here, but okay. I will take this one. Yellow, yellow, red. So yellow, because it's a white background, which lets me get that. So that means I can put any one. Yellow. And the red can only be the red. Again, I can go there because I already have an X. It's adjacent. Okay. That was a choice. Okay, there we go. So now, let's see what we're doing here. I also tried, we should really need to focus on water. Oh, this is great. I just get to do 3 of any type that I want. But again, following the rules. But I can do like a cross off this one, then cross off this one, which gives me another one. And then I still have more to do. And I have to get to this little, it looks like a baby. I'm not sure. A baby. Okay, let's try this. So the first one, I'm going to cross off this because any terrain that I'm choosing. Then I'm going to cross off the next one, which allows me to cross off this one. And that in turn allows me to cross off another one. So I get a freebie. Then I got this last one, which allows me to cross off what I think is a baby. I'm sorry if it's not. And that allows me to get that. So I finished that bottom objective in order. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining. So now that gets me, it's going to get me 3 scrolls, but what I'm going to do is just trade these 2 in and take 5. So less tiles floating around. And then I also get a gift. I get a little cadeau. Now, I don't know if they're called gifts, but that's what we're saying. Okay. Well, that's a nice one. That's literally, if I'm not mistaken, that's just complete a whole green area. But let me just make sure. Completely cross off an area in the depicted color. So in this case, it's green. At least one space of this area has to be adjacent to something I've already crossed off, which is great because that gives me scrolls and I can do that. So I can finish this area or I could just literally cross this off. That makes more sense. Again, I can use one of these on a turn. I'm going to use it right now. So boop, 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 boop. Hey-o, boop, boop, boop. So that means that's done. That's done. And I get a scroll. Okay. Okay, now I'm just fooling around. Now I really need to, like, go to a different island because that's the whole point, right? And these cards get discarded. Steve, Meepacon starts in 80 minutes. 80 minutes? What are you doing out here with us? 80 minutes? Thought you'd be like, okay, got the games in the car, ready to roll. But I mean, not that I'm upset about you being here. I think that's wonderful. Okay, I really should try to get off this island because reasons. I gotta visit more islands. So, I don't really want to use this card yet, but I do have a lot of green terrain. I am gonna end up forfeiting one. Do I care? Oh, no, I'm not actually. I'm gonna use this green terrain. So one is gonna go down here. Again, it's a white background, but it's this particular one. So that's gonna move me up. I don't get anything for that. Then I have a second green, which I'm going to go here. And then I could do 3, 4 to get a gift, or I could just get off this island. So I can do another green to go here. Now, do I want the gift? That means I do have to use another card on this island, and I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, hold on. I finished a green, so I get 2 scrolls. I keep forgetting to check for those. So I finished these objectives. I didn't finish these. I think I should just get off this island. Boop. So finish that. So this island is done for right now. I don't want this stuff to get on my mat, so I'm just going to throw it off to the side, face up, and then I draw a new island. Oh, dear Lord. What is this thing that I'm looking at here? Woof. So if you haven't figured it out already, the ones that look menacingly dark like this are usually harder because they have more blocks or the objectives might be a bit more challenging. So Steve, it's 5 minutes away. Oh, well then you can hang out right till like the line starts. Sweet. Have you played Rivages? This is a question I was asking everybody earlier. I thought it was like newer, but it's not that new. If people have had it for a little while, so, I mean, I also have a lot of games that I just haven't gone to yet, so, but yeah, if you've played it, let us know. Okay, so this one is completing red islands. This is completing green islands, will get me more scrolls, and this one, it looks like, yeah, I have to get to the red fire or the pink fire before I can cross out the, let me see, what is even that? Let's zoom in. I don't know, is it like a light, you know, or no, okay, you know what, just don't listen to me, I don't know anything. Like, why am I struggling to figure out what these shapes are? We'll just, yeah, we'll leave it there. Okay, so now I do have to pick a boat, cross off. Oh. Now I don't think that counts as an extra move. I think as soon as you pull one, you just cross off. I don't think it takes a terrain to do that, but let me just double check. Let me see. I don't think so. I think when you go, it just, I just want to make sure I'm not cheating. I think you just cross off a space when you get a new sheet. I don't think it counts as having to use one of your terrains, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Steve, well, it's 5 minutes today, but Dot decided to work on the tracks this weekend, so tomorrow and Sunday it'll be 20 minutes. Oh, I see. So you have a little bit of a ways to go. Hey, Steve has a watch streak. You're on a 3-stream streak. What is it? 3-stream streak. Wow, say that 3 times fast. Hey-oh, pew, that's awesome. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Because of course they did. Love it. Sorry, these were smudged from the last time. Okay, I'm pretty sure once you flip a new map, you just cross off a ship, but let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. Mercy, blah, blah, blah. And, okay, they're talking about quests. Okay, when I'll put an end to their turn. Yeah, let's see here. I don't know if Legends is still in there. If you are, when you flip a new one, do you have to use a terrain to cross your boat off? I thought you could just cross it off because either one and then start from there. Trying to determine that. There were a couple things in this rulebook that weren't exactly like in the rules, so it was a bit weird. But other than that, it was fine. So let me just quickly check that. I think. Other consequence, okay. Whoever the space is okay. Symbols from the chosen row. Okay, currently all special spaces. So we're going to a new island. We want to know what happens when we go to a new island. Yes. Yes. We talked about our tree of wisdom. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Well, we're going to just cross one off like we did in setup, because I'm not exactly sure. So, looking at the cards, we want definitely more red vibes, although this isn't great. So we'll just start here. And so my question was determining whether we have to use a terrain to mark the new one, or is it like the beginning of the game, you just get that one when you have a new sheet? I'm pretty sure it does tell you in here somewhere. But if it's there, I'm not seeing it. So we'll go with that. If I'm incorrect, I'm sure someone will tell me at some point. So, yeah. Because we've moved to a new island. All right, so we're going to go water, water, yellow. So let's do a water. Boop. Let's do a water. And a yellow, but this is a white background here. So I'm actually going to do this for my yellow and draw a gift. Let's draw a gift. Oop. All right, so this one lets me cross off something on here on my wisdom, tree of wisdom, and a space of my choosing. I think I'm actually going to use this now. Remember, I can only use one on a turn, so I am going to, in fact, use that for 2 scrolls. Time is of the essence, and I will cross off any terrain of my choosing, so we'll go here. I'm trying to get closer to that symbol. Okay, so now we're there. Now we have to shuffle. My only thing is, if these are still kind of wet, oh gosh, it does get on the cards a little bit. It's not so good. So I'm trying not to like smudge it too much, but that last one probably didn't do me any favors. Okay. So that and that. Okay. So I do have a lot of water here. Water's not my... Oh, well, this card's gonna be out of the game if I don't smarten up. Yeah, it's not great. Although that is the better card for me to use right now. I'm not in a position to use that, so let's do that. Cross off a red, which will be over here. Oh, I could also cross you off and just start working on that. Okay, getting ahead of myself. Let's do a red, and then I get to do a green. I get to do 3 greens, so I'll do 1. Why did I do that one? Why did I do that one? No, I want to do 1, 2. I'm going to erase that one. And for my 3rd green, I'm going to do it on this one. Because remember, it's a background of any type, which lets me get that. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Because I have to do them in order to get this little symbol here. Okay, so let's do that. And I've only visited 2 islands. This isn't going well. I really need to get my buns in order. Because one of my cards is going to go bye-bye soon. Oops, I forgot to... mark off the greens that I used. Actually, that card is gone. So, sorry. I forgot to mark them off. I used all of these, so this card is now out of the game. That's 1 card, 3 more, and the game's gonna end. So now I have 2 water and 2 green, or I could use my little telescopy thing to get extra, to basically do wherever, and then another movement on here. Huh. Well, I think doing the green is probably, the green and the water is probably a way to go. So let's cross this out. For these don't have to be done left to right. They just have to be this line. So I'm going to use a green for that, which now finishes this, which now gets me 2 more scrolls. And I get 2 terrain of my type that I can cross out. So I will cross out this one and this one, because then it'll let me finish a green pretty soon. So I've done this. I should do that so it's not confusing me. And then I still have another green to use. So if I do that, that completes this green area, which gets me this, which gets me a scroll. And then I have 2 water, which I can in fact use over here. But I could also use it here because I have an X here and this can use any terrain. So I've used 1 water. Let's use 2. So I'm going to cross this off, which lets me cross out another space of my choosing, which really just gives me the same thing if I was trying to finish an area, but it didn't really do much for me there. That's fine. Is that what I wanted? Yeah, we'll go with that. So that's done. Now we got to draw 2 more. See, it's pretty chill for a lunch hour. Not so bad, not so bad. I do have to hustle my buns, though. I'm taking way too long to get to things. So I have 2 water and 2 green. That's not great. Well, that's not true, because I have a lot of tiles here that are white backgrounds, so I could actually use... I'd forfeit one of my green. I don't think that's great. Or I have 3 yellow. That would be better. So we'll use the 3 yellow. So 1... there, another yellow on the statue, which gets me that, and then a 3rd yellow, which gets me that. Again, another white background, so I get a tile. Okay, I have a lot of these here, so let's trade these in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So has anybody played Call of Cthulhu? I'm always curious to know if people played in a group. I've only been playing the solo one. I'm curious about the group. It looks complicated, the group one. The solo one's actually pretty easy. I'm very curious to know people's thoughts on it, if you've played it. All right, so now we need to go to the next thing. Okay, I really need to get out of this little area soon because I'm wasting time. So I have 2 red. Finishing off a red is great, actually, and a water. Why would I not do this so I can get 2 scrolls? So red, 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 and a water. And the water is going to be a bit of a waste, but I'm going to use it anyway. And I think, and that was completing that red area, so that gets me 2 scrolls. That's done. I really need to get off this island, though, because cards are starting to be finished. And I've only visited 2 islands so far. It's not great. Not great, I say. All right. So let's go here and here. Okay, so we're back with this fun little card. Yeah, let's just get off the island. So I need yellows or... Yeah, I need yellow. Or I could just use these 3 to get me off. 3 of any terrain type, which I don't love necessarily. But I don't lose the movement. If I cross 1 off here, this lets me basically get an extra 1. So if I use this one, lets me cross off any terrain, so I could use this one, which then says, okay, cross something off. Then I use this one, this one. Yeah, it didn't really do much difference. There. Okay, so now I'm onto a new tile. So I didn't finish everything, but I got a few things. So that's going to go off to the side, and I get a new tile. I didn't have any extra movement left over, so these cards just go away in the discard. I gotta find a place here to do my little thingy. So looking at this, I need to get the 3 plugs, which are here, filled out. And then green islands and water are where we're going. So let's start over here. Okay, so, oh, dang, this card is about to go away. So if I do water, that's probably my best bet. Start filling this out. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See, we're chugging along here, but I think I have cards that are going to be out of the game very soon. Okay, so now I've got this. Okay, well, this here is kind of good. It lets me cross off something on my tree, which then gives me 3 scrolls. So if I take a 5 and put back 2, and then I can do a tile of any choosing. So I'll do another one of those, which gets me here. Just moving up that tree. So that's done. I definitely... Oh, there's one. There are definitely like 2 or 3 cards that might come out at the same time. That would be bad. Okay, here we go. I gotta tell you, anybody who's had migraines before, I literally felt one coming on, had the floaters, and I took 2 of the Advil 400 milligrams, so like 800 milligram. Man, that nipped it in the bud. It took a minute, but it got there. So just in case you ever get a bad headache, again, I don't know if they have this in the United States. In Canada, they do. Oh, it's so good. So good. Because honestly, I would have been on the couch had it not been for that. Okay, so green and water are kind of our thing. If I do this, that's another card out of the game. Not a fan. If I do this, it's better and I can actually fill things in. So I can do the red. Again, they don't have to be in order left to right. The red. And I can do this for my last, which gives me an extra zip somewhere else. Ooh, you know what? That was a bit wasteful. So instead of doing I did red, red. I did my yellow on that one. That's not great. So actually, in fact, I'm going to not use my yellow for that. I'm going to actually use it on the yellow. I'm trying to As adjacent to this, I have to do that. So there's that. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. There we go. Ciao, cat. I'm never smart enough to take my painkillers early in the headaches. Yeah, usually I'm just like, it'll be fine. As soon as I see a floater, like, for those who don't know what floaters are, it's like sparkly things, and like it gets to the point sometimes where like I actually just can't see. Like it blacks out that part of my eye. So if I catch it just when the sparklies are about to happen or starting, I'll be good. It's when you wait, which is often what a lot of us do. It's too late to catch it, so then you still have to go through the motion. So today I was so proud of myself because I caught it. But yes, normally I ride it out and it's not great. Oh boy, y'all, another card is going out of the game. Yikes. Now these ones have specific terrains. This needs a water, this needs a red, but this one is a white background, so it can be anything. So ideally, I should take this one. So if I do a red, the next one after it can be any color, so I'll use the yellow. But the one after it has to be on a red back, which is that. Didn't finish it. This card is out. This card gets discarded. So we're 2 cards out. I only have 2 more before the game will end. And I still would like, I need to visit at least one more island to get 2 scrolls. So yeah, I better not end this card. So water is exactly what I need here. And a water here is good. Okay, this is the best way to go anyway. So water, water, I finish this. Huzzah! I get a scroll. And I get a present. Okay, so now I've got... Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be using this. If you don't use these tiles by the end of the game, you get a point. So I'd rather see if it can help me get to where I need to go. So I use a water. I'll use a water up here as well. Remembering I had X is adjacent, which completes that, which gets me 2 scrolls. Sweet. I still have 2 green. What am I even trying to do? Green is probably good because it'll get me a scroll. I wouldn't mind getting another bump on this, but that's not going to help me right now. So I could do a green. Yeah, this isn't really what I want, but I'll do a green here. And then I'll do a green here. Okay, so that card's done. Now I do have my token. I could in essence use that. I think I might. So one of them, any terrain, so I could do that, which gets me another bump up here, which gets me 3 more scrolls. Heyo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try to trade these in. I don't know why I didn't do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get a 5-er. Makes it easier to read. And I have 1 more, so I'll use that to kind of like get my way over here. Perfect. Done. Draw. Oh boy. All right. I've got to do a little shuffle. Sorry, the shuffling is the only thing that's super awkward because the ink could like get on your hands and stuff. I mean, I know it's washable, but still, it's a bit messy. It's a wee bit messy. So I just shuffle those up a little bit. And then we'll do that. Okay, so a card is going out regardless, which will bring me up to 3 cards. Yeah, I definitely need to visit another island if I know it's good for me here. This might be the time to use this one. This lets me get any spaces again, following the same rules. I think at this point, I just need to get out of here. I mean, I could finish a water, gets me 2 scrolls. Then I get another card and it bounces me to a new island. I'm not mad at that. So, or I could use the water. So close. Water, water, 2 green. Green, green. Yeah, it's still only going to be 2. So water, water. Or I could just finish 3 water. I think that's the way to go. 1, 2, 3. Any terrain of my type, again, following rules, which lets me finish my 2nd water, which gets me 2 more scrolls. Okay. Oops, let's put those up here so you can actually see them. And that card is out, which means 1 more card and game over. So yeah, well, that could happen. So what I should do, actually, it's going to happen after this card. So just to make sure I get to that next island, I'm going to This is where this is gonna happen. I'm just gonna take water, cross off this boat. So now that's my third island, but I am gonna draw a new island. And I think I get to choose a thing here. It's not gonna be finished, so it doesn't really matter. And I have 2 waters, so then 1, 2. And that's that. And that's my 4th card. Now, oops, where is it? Specifically, we want to make sure, I'm pretty sure, removed your 4th card. Yep, that's it. The end of the turn, which is right now. So technically, that would go here. And then I have all of my islands here. So I have a total of, I visited, wow, technically I visited 4. I didn't close it off, but I'm pretty sure it's just visit. So yeah, reaching your 4th or 5th island. So I don't have to like complete it or whatever. So that's pretty good. Okay, so now what's gonna happen here? I don't have any extra tokens, like gift tokens, I use them all. We would look at our goal, remember, is to get to 26 scrolls. We'll see if we got there. This alone, because I reached 4 islands, according to this, I get 2 scrolls. So we'll just add those to our little total here. 1, 2, hold on, 3, 4. I'm just gonna put in a 5. It just makes it easier for me to count. Okay. There we go. So then we just count our points. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And that's it. So I just made the 26 points. Woo! That could have gone very differently. So reached my 26. Yay, I was successful. There you go. That is literally the solo version. If you want to step it up a little bit, you can add, what do they call them here? Quest and exploration missions? No, it's not that. There's a separate, here we go, challenge cards. So you're trying to visit these different things on your board. So whatever it's saying up here. So for example, this one here says, the number of scrolls needed to win the game is increased by 4. So you must obtain 30 instead of 26 to win. So you would just add it to that. Stuff like that. So you can add those on too if you want to make it a bit more challenging. I don't need to make it challenging. A win is a win, and I will take it. So you'll see that you have lots of maps here, like tons of them to play with. It comes laminated. I didn't laminate these. They came like that. And all the cards are laminated, obviously, because I'm writing on them. And yeah, pretty sturdy material. So overall, I have to say the materials are quite nice. So it was a nice surprise there. So there you go. So that's Rivage. I thought it'd be a nice quick one for lunch and not too taxing for me because y'all know I love a good solo game. I mean, they're good. It's just, anyway, we won't go there. All right, let me swing back over here. There we go. All right, so for those who hung out, hopefully you enjoyed Rivage. I like it. I feel like Suzanne wasn't as, I don't want to say enamored with it, but I don't think she was as into it. That it was a bad game. I think she liked it fine, to be fair. And yeah, exactly. It's a nice lunchtime game. Super breezy. I'm not feeling stressed because that happens a lot in solo games for me. But yeah, and I think it's easy enough rules if you were to play it. Let's say you were at the office and you wanted to play it with people, you could do that and it wouldn't be so over the top. So yeah, I like it. And it was really, it played well at the convention. So I thought that was really good. So there's that one. Next, I think we're going to be playing, I'm going to try to do some button shy games. I did have a request for that, so I'm going to try and throw some of those up. Those are pretty straightforward to do. I just have to go through them and see which ones that people had wanted. And yeah, I'm going to probably test. It might be later tonight. I might not go through the whole thing, but I just want to test the Call of Cthulhu. I might do it after work just to see if the formatting and stuff is working, like if it looks clear. So if you're around and you just want to see what it looks like, I'm open to, if you have any feedback to make it like, I don't like the way that looks, or let me know, because I know reading stuff on screen is a bit weird. So we want to make sure it's not uncomfortable to read. So yeah, probably after work, I'll pop back on for just like 20 minutes or so, just to try and set up the formatting of how I want to do solo RPG stuff. So I have so many, and this just might be a cool way to do it. And these are really just nice chill ones, so they might be later at night. Well, that's it for me, y'all. I think I probably should get my buns back to work. And I'm sure y'all have work to do too. Maybe not. It's Friday. I'm off early today, so I'll probably be back in like an hour just to test out some stuff. So thanks as always to y'all for joining me. I don't know if Steve is still there, but if you are not Steve, well, I guess if you watch this later, have fun at MeepCon. And thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. Thanks to all of you. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful Friday. And oh, you are still there. Okay, have fun. Play all the games and then tell us about it after, on Monday, if you're back in here, so you can let us know how it went. All right, everybody. I gotta run. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.